This is Blind Pig IPA from Russian River. This is a 6.25% alcohol by volume, which has hoppy, citrus, pine, and fruit notes with a nice, dry, bitter finish.
Welcome back to the Tapping Out Show. We're actually going to do something pretty special.
This is Blind Pig, which is very, very hard to get. And this is our favorite IPA from Russian River. Most people like Pliny the Elder. Me and Jeremy, we love Blind Pig. Blind Pig's actually what they would call speakeasy back in the day.
So the cool thing about the Blind Pig name is that Blind Pig was the original brewery for Russian River, and it was actually in Temecula, California. So, hi, hometown. It's kind of cool to even know that concept, and I knew it, kind of skipped my mind, and Matt was reading it earlier, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's who the original brewer was. So, here's the thing. We've had this beer before. This is more of a reaction than a review because we've had it. If you watch the show, you know how I feel about Pliny the Elder. I'm sorry, you beer snobs. I love this beer so much more. So much more. But
for me, this beer, it's hard to say because it's so hard to get that whenever I try to compare it to other beers, it's hard to remember the actual experience. But every time I have this beer, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's actually that good.
So, but here's the caveat to it. I've never had Blind Pig in a bottle.
It's very, very, very hard to get. There's websites where they'll say they have one, and I show up. I had to get this at like 9 in the morning on a Wednesday. It was not an easy thing to do.
So it has the Russian River smell. And if you know anything about that, there's certain beer companies, Rogue, Lagunitas, Coronado, they all kind of have like a taste, a smell to them that's very like remnants of any other beer that you can get. You could put one in front of you and be like, that's a Russian River beer. Cool color, golden, clear, see-through. It's hot, so it's giving a nice condensation because this is a nice cold beer, which means we're going to try this right now.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm sorry guys, this is so much better than Pliny. It's just a better beer. It's an all-around better beer. It's crisp, it's tasty, it's got notes, back-end notes, front-end notes, floral, piney. It's easy to drink. It's a little bit lower alcohol, but it makes up for taste. It's a better beer.
I like both beers. I try not to compare as much unless it's like it's all personal choice, right? But for us, this is what we like more in IPAs. And I love different styles, but this beer is just amazing. I mean, it's so clean, it's so clear.
Maybe I should say this.
It's so easy to drink. It's not too hoppy, it's not too bitter, it's not too piney.
It's my favorite beer from Russian River. Let's just put it that way. Is that better?
Yeah.
I mean, me and him have had this handful of times. I remember the first time I ever had it. It was on tap. We were at the beach. I called him. That's how impressed I was with this. And I had to try it because this is another one of those beers that it's just a pain in the ass to get.
One thing I'll say about this beer is it tastes different on tap as well.
Oh, yes.
It's
still good.
Because it's really hard to get in a bottle. I can't even tell you which one I like better. They're both good.
On tap.
But
I like it better on tap.
Because every time I get it on tap, I just wish I had a bottle so we can bring it and try it.
Right.
But it's amazing. It's so drinkable. I can't say one bad thing about it.
Do we need to rate it, or should we just give it the 5 out of 5?
I mean, I'll ask you what you think. But
I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I just like this beer. I'm sorry. It's my favorite. It is my favorite Russian River IPA. It's my favorite Russian River beer.
Yeah, there's one other beer that I'm trying to get. I actually got one in a bottle and I drank it. It's called Hop Highway. It's really good.
It's also really good.
I'll have to bring that. But I would say 5 out of 5. I mean, I can't say one bad thing about this beer. I'm not going to say bad about any other IPAs. But this style here, I mean, it's got the bitterness, it's got a lot of the elements, but it's still drinkable, and I'm still kind of tasting it in my mouth right now, and it's just kind of like flavor. It's just really awesome. I just wish it wasn't so hard to get.
Right.
That's the only beef that I have with this beer.
Well, it's also another beef I have with Pliny. It's just, how am I supposed to enjoy myself when I can have one? I mean, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to finish these out. You guys have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Blind Pig.
Blind Pig.